All right, today we're tuning into something really fascinating, the world of sound healing. Specifically, we're going to explore what are known as the solfeggio frequencies. So let me just start by asking you this. Could a single sound actually heal you? I know, it sounds like a pretty bold claim, right? But that's the very idea at the heart of the ancient practice we're diving into today. Okay, here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the basics of this ancient healing scale. Then, we'll take a journey to the specific frequencies for your body and mind, and then for your heart and soul. We'll even touch on some other key resonances, and we'll wrap it all up with your sonic takeaway. Think of it as a clear path right up the scale. So let's start at the very beginning with the ancient healing scale. This is really the foundation for this whole idea of sound-based wellness. So, what exactly are these frequencies? Well, they're a special set of 9 ancient tones. The core belief here is that each one vibrates at a unique pitch that's said to resonate with our body's different energy centers. And in doing so, it promotes both physical and emotional well-being. Now let's get into how this all works in practice. We'll start at the bottom of the scale with the tones for your body and mind. You can think of these as the foundational frequencies, the ones that are all about physical and emotional grounding. These first 3 frequencies are really aimed at our physical selves and our most basic emotional blocks. We start with 174 hertz, which is thought to act as a kind of natural anesthetic for pain relief. Moving up, we've got 285 hertz, which is believed to work on a cellular level to help with tissue regeneration. And then there's 396 hertz, a really powerful tone used to help release deep-seated feelings of guilt and fear. Okay, so moving up from that physical foundation, we get to the frequencies for the heart and soul. This is where the tones start to get into more complex stuff, like personal change, our connection with others, and even our consciousness. And you can really see that progression here. At 417 hertz, the focus is all about breaking negative cycles and clearing out past trauma. Then, 639 hertz kind of shifts the focus outward. It's all about improving our relationships by fostering harmony and better communication. But right in the middle of this whole scale is probably the most famous frequency of them all, 528 hertz, which is often called the miracle tone. And believe me, it gets that powerful nickname for a reason. It's also called the love frequency, and it's linked to some incredible claims, like promoting DNA repair, boosting vitality, and seriously reducing stress. You can see why it's seen as the centerpiece of the entire scale. As we reach the top of the scale, the tones get a bit more, well, ethereal. 741 hertz is about detoxification, not just for the body, but for the mind, bringing mental clarity. 852 hertz takes that a step further, aiming to awaken our intuition. And finally, there's 963 hertz, the highest tone, which is all about connecting to a sense of universal oneness. Now, those 9 solfeggio tones are definitely the core, but they aren't the whole story. So next up, we're going to look at some other notable resonances. These are really powerful frequencies that exist outside of that traditional scale. Okay, this is a really interesting comparison. Almost all the music you listen to is tuned to a standard of 440 hertz, but there's a growing movement that's all about 432 hertz. The idea is that this slightly lower frequency is more in tune with nature and helps promote deeper relaxation. There's even some research suggesting it might lower your heart rate more effectively. Pretty cool, right? 2 others really stand out here. You've got 1111 hertz, nicknamed the divine frequency, which is associated with reaching a deep, meditative state. But even more fascinating is 7.83 hertz. This is the Schumann resonance, and people literally call it the heartbeat of the Earth. It's the natural frequency of our planet's atmosphere, and listening to it is said to be the ultimate form of grounding. All right, we've journeyed all the way up the scale and even a little beyond. So let's bring it all together in our final section, your sonic takeaway. What's the key thing to remember from this whole journey through sound? So, what's the big takeaway? The solfeggio scale offers a full spectrum of potential well-being. It starts with the very physical, things like pain relief and security, and it climbs all the way up to the spiritual, helping to foster intuition and a sense of universal connection. Basically, there's a proposed frequency for almost every part of the human experience. So, we've laid out the map of all these fascinating frequencies. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the idea that sound can impact us so profoundly is a powerful one. So the only question left is, now that you know the map, where will your sound journey begin?